The original was never truly one of a kind. It was always a symbol wrapped in an object. Roland Barthes pointed out how photographs carry authority through their claim of having been there, of bearing witness to a specific moment that cannot be re-experienced directly. But when we can generate infinite images of the same subject, identical in every detail, but born from nothingness, what happens to this having been theirs? The myth we believed in crumbles, not because originals were ever real, because they once claimed to be. The myth of authenticity was always constructed through scarcity. Postmodernism, with its pastiche and references, already deconstructed the idea that originals had a special claim to truth, yet we still clung stubbornly to surface markers. The brushstroke in a painting, the grain on film stock. These became what Susan Sontag called the camera records it, proof of existence. But as algorithms now replicate not only form, but also the texture of these artifacts. Walter Benjamin once said technology strips art of its aura. That unique quality tied to tradition and ritual. But he couldn't have predicted the full collapse of not just aura, but belief itself. In algorithmic culture, authenticity is no longer something discovered in the world. It's manufactured for you. When deepfakes can mimic your voice perfectly and neural networks paint like Rembrandt without ever touching a canvas, the original becomes an idea we simulate, not something we stumble upon.
The earliest computers were not merely machines, but embodiments of human ingenuity, mechanical solutions to complex problems, laying the groundwork for the digital revolution through concepts.
In early digital music, engineers used humanization, algorithms to mask robotic perfection, adding tiny timing fluctuations and pitch deviations that made machines sound human. The idea was simple. If something feels too precise, it feels inauthentic. So they built imperfection into the software itself. What began as a technical fix became an aesthetic standard. Now this logic infects everything from Instagram filters to AI handwriting generators.
Megan, we have agreed that we live in some sort of shared reality. So what is that? And does that exist anymore?
Oh my goodness.
Did it ever exist?
These are the questions of being human.
Real is what has an impact, what makes a difference in our lives.
Every era of media has had its fingerprints, scratches on film reels, JPEG artifacts, or analog tape hiss. These weren't just flaws. They became proof that something human touched the work. But as AI copies these signs and sells them back to us in filters and presets, we're left with authenticity that is no longer a fact, but a performance. What was once an artifact becomes armor for deceptions. AI detection tools claim to restore truth by identifying inconsistencies in synthetic media. But here's the catch. By defining what a fake looks like, they become part of the problem, not the solution. Developers then build around those metrics. It's less about catching lies and more about staying ahead of the game, which only makes the system more brittle over time. This is the arms race of algorithmic culture. Detection and deception chase each other in a loop. The better we get spotting fakes, the more convincing the next generation becomes, not as an advancement for truth, but as proof that obfuscation wins by design. In this war, clarity is collateral damage.
We have a new human being, and that's Chris Potter of Memetics Corporation, a new synthesizer, the Yamaha DX100, and a new computer, the Commodore Amiga.
Postman's Technopoly gives us a chilling framework in an algorithmic world. Trust is no longer earned through meaning or intent, but manufactured by surface features alone. A deepfake doesn't need truth. It just needs to look right. The system has changed from one that values creation to one obsessed with replication, where optimization replaces sincerity and experience is replaced by simulation. This isn't about making copies anymore. It's about making a world where the original was never real in the first place. We see that the original is no longer a meaningful concept. It has been replaced by an algorithmic regime that values duplication over creation, efficiency over soul. The death of the original isn't just about files being copied or identities faked. It's the end of the idea that there was ever something to copy in the first place. Authenticity becomes a software feature you can download. Today, we're witnessing the final stage of this shift. AI-generated deepfakes, algorithmic social media influencers, and digital workers replacing humans are not just tools. They're symptoms of a system that engineers authenticity from noise. What's produced isn't just convincing enough to fool us. It's convincing enough for us to trust it more than reality itself. As Roland Barthes once warned, the significance is in the process, not the thing signed.